Get this camera straight for everybody real quick. Zoom in, get that all in. Let's get that all dialed in. I've been doing this for too long. Look at that. Look how fast that was. Wait a minute. I think we ready, you guys. How everybody doing this morning? Hope you guys can hear me perfectly. Must be magic. I had to dress for the occasion because guess what? How did the Jeffrey Epstein files disappear? I got questions. Hopefully we get some answers to our questions, you guys. Let me get that audio back because it disappeared on us. And we're back again. How everybody doing in the chat? Let's go ahead and see what time we're working with right now real quick. We got some time left. So what I want to pray for is strength, energy, and a great show, as well as everyone having great health. Special prayer out to Rebecca, Lanya, and Bueno, all of our family members, and everybody here this morning early. Thank you guys for being here. Who we praying for? We got Batty Lynn up in the building. I see Terry Cohen. I see Ice. Doom, 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 doom. Liberty and Justice. Good morning. How you doing, brother Jeffrey Spilker? Who else we got there? Who else we got up in here? Rebecca, Lanya, and Bueno. I see we got Brian. Who else we got up in here? Solo. What's good up in there, Solo Thug? Okay, who else we got? Okay, I see who we got. Sam Champion. Good morning, Sam. Hope everybody has a fantastic show. Kendra Walker. Dot Focus. Also VIP Auction Group. Everybody who couldn't be here this morning. Ten Majin. Or also Sam Champion, but you're here. Amen. Y'all ready? Because I think I am. Want to make sure that we get this time dialed in correctly. I got my lineup is ready. I still hear the audio. I think we already ready to go, you guys. Also, anybody who's been a member more than 2 months, all you got to do is send your address, and we will be mailing you your hour bottom line die cut. Hit your boy up. I'll make sure you get your decal. So you make sure that you be a part of Purple Sunday and you have your decal and you're ready to roll. You guys ready to do it? No matter what, whenever you move your head when you're wearing a tie, it's always gonna move. So you're always gonna see me correcting it because I'm a perfectionist. Just like I'm ready to go and they're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. And what we gotta do? Wind it up. Wind it up. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. Wind it up. The 22nd of December. Wind it up. 3 more days to Christmas, y'all. Let's get it. Need another one? Okay. Wind it up. It's got to be 6 o'clock somewhere, and I'm ready. You ready? I know they are. Come on now. Stop playing with me. Olay. Don't play. Yeah, you know I gotta open this jacket up. Your boy be doing about 480 push-ups every single day, and I'm proud of it. We should be proud of our accomplishments, right? I ain't gonna lie, they're the shorties, but I definitely get them done. So you know what I'm about to do right now, right? We gotta tap on that big forehead. And we gotta open up those pores. What are we doing this morning? Because we staying in the spirit of Christmas. We gotta open up those pores. That's right, you guys. You know we stand in the spirit. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. Yes, y'all, it's Christmas time. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell swing and jingle bell ring. Snowing and blowing and bushels of fun. Now the jingle bell has begun. Jingle bell rock, but jingle bell chime. Jingle bell time and jingle bell rhyme. I'm gonna flip it my own freaking way. 'Cause we do it like that today. On our bottom line we must say, Merry Christmas to all. I hope that everyone's happy and healthy, ready to have a ball. They ain't think I could do it. When he with me, I could do anything. What? Because if, bump that beat. It's Monday the 22nd. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, but we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock, jingle bell dance, snowing and blowing and bushels of fun. Now the jingle bell has begun. Come on, y'all, it's Christmas time. Everybody gotta get in the spirit, y'all. How everybody doing this morning? It's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me on my favorite day of the week, Monday, I appreciate you. Hope everybody's ready, and you know what I'm gonna say, right? I got 5 on it. I'm gonna be stacking 5 videos at a time. That's right, you guys, I'm gonna stack 5 videos. This way we have something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. I'm gonna give you something to talk about, right? And then what we do is come back to the chat, but what I wanna ask you guys to do is if we can please stay on topic, stay on point, so that the chat is live and we got it going on over here with great dialogue and everybody is staying on topic. What you can do though is let me know where you're chiming in from and let me know what time it is as well. I love to know what time it is where you're from, as well as what state, city, country, because I love to go and research and do that homework to bring those topics as well. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Like I always tell you guys, you could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, let's get in some quick shout outs to people like who we got up in the building. We got V, we got Mark Dorfman, I see Liberty and Justice, Terry Cohn. Who else do I see over there? I see Adrenis, Jeffrey Spilker, also Liberty and Justice, Rebecca Longen, Bueno V. I see you guys. I see you, Casey, as well. Everybody else, are y'all ready to go? Because guess what? I am. And without any further ado, I told you, been doing a lot of push-ups. Without any further ado, let's get into these titles. Let's go, you guys. Let's get it. What do we have here? The greatest show on earth. Yes, that's right. They must be talking about our bottom line, but we're going to keep it moving. Let's go. What do we have here? Must be the magic. It must be the magic. What? Must be magic. How did the Jeffrey Epstein files disappear? First, they give us a promise that they're going to give us all the files. First. Secondly, they drop part of the files, redacted blacker than this shirt, okay? Then what they do, they go back into the files and they snatch about 16 pages out. What's that about? We got the information on that. Gonna let you guys know what they did and why they did that. Let's keep on moving forward also. Inside AOC's nearly $50,000 spending spree, including renting concert venues. AOC, I mean, come on, you can go on vacation and have a good time. Do you guys think that $50,000 is a little excessive? Let me know what you think in the comments. We got one more topic to hit. Last but not least, what do we have here? We got which of Minnesota's Democrats accepted campaign donations from criminals? That's a good idea. Also want to know myself, who accepted money, and if they returned it, when did they return it? Did they wait all the way up until the end until it started getting found out about, or did they return it when they knew what was going on? A lot of stuff to go over, a lot of topics, you guys. Happy holidays. With that being said, I'm ready to start these topics. We got straight up some information coming in from President Trump as he was having an economic speech in North Carolina, and the various topics came up, of course, Biden and much more. Let's get it going, you guys. I hope you got your coffee. Hope you got your tea ready, because it's time to get ready. Our bottom line, we're doing it this morning. Happy Monday morning.
The train gave every service member a warrior dividend of $1,776.1776.
So I hear that you guys are getting $1,776. Okay, let's go.
The train gave every service member a warrior dividend of $1,776.1776. And I'm also pleased to announce that just 2 hours ago, We hit the ISIS thugs in Syria who were trying to regroup after their decimation by the Trump administration 5 years ago. We hit them all. I ordered a massive strike on the terrorists that killed our 3 great patriots last week. 2 soldiers, 1 interpreter, all great people. And it was very successful. It was precision. We hit every site flawlessly, and we are restoring peace through strength. We're all over the world. I settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, ended the war in Gaza, and got the release of hostages, both living and dead, and created peace in the Middle East. We have peace in the Middle East, first time in 3 years, peace in the Middle East. I cut federal funding for any school that pushes critical race theory or transgender insanity.
I have a question for you guys because I do not know the answer for what I'm asking you right now. It says here, okay, President Trump endorses Brooke Blackman for New York governor, right? Is Kathy Hochul's term limit up? Can she run again is what I want to know. Is that who this new person may be running against again? Bruce Blakeman, who Trump is endorsing? Because if so, oh my God, I think you already got a problem, Bruce, because they've got this city already wrapped up. You think there's some sort of corruption going on in California, in Chicago? I wouldn't even know what to call it here in New York.
President Trump has endorsed Nassau County Executive and Republican Bruce Blakeman in the new race for New York governor. In a Truth Social post, he wrote in part, "Bruce is MAGA all the way and has been with me from the very beginning. Bruce Blakeman is a fantastic guy, will win big in November election, and without hesitation has my complete and total endorsement for governor." The president's post comes a day after Republican Representative Elise Stefanik made the shocking announcement she would be dropping out of the race and will not be seeking re-election.
Good question. Let's see. What happened? What happened? I got a story coming up.
Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik has dropped out of the New York governor's race and
freestyle for you.
Announced she's actually going to give up her seat in Congress next year, too. In a social media statement on Friday, Stefanik said she made the decision while spending time with her family over the Christmas season and described it as balancing political strategy and family priorities. Stefanik is a member of House Republican leadership and one of President Trump's most prominent backers on Capitol Hill. But she's suffered a series of setbacks over the years, including Trump pulling her UN nomination just this past spring. She's also publicly clashed with House Speaker Mike Johnson, telling the Wall Street Journal he, quote, wouldn't have the votes to be Speaker if representatives voted today. It comes as Republican Senator Cynthia Lummis of Wyoming has also announced she won't be seeking re-election next year after serving just 1 term in the Senate. In a statement, she wrote in part, "Deciding not to run for re-election does represent a change of heart for me, but in the difficult, exhausting session weeks this fall, I've come to accept that I do not have 6 more years in me. I'm a devout legislator, but I feel like a sprinter in a marathon. The energy required doesn't match up."
I like that fact that she did that, though. At least you're not trying to stick around like Nancy Pelosi. And I guess your your question was answered as well, because someone wanted to know what happened to Stefanik. That was her answer right there. We're going to keep on moving forward over to Venezuela, where the U.S. has seized the 2nd oil tanker near the Venezuelans. Their borderline? They're calling this intolerable. We're going to see how intolerable it is. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys.
The U.S. seizing a 2nd oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. President Trump accusing Maduro's regime of stealing U.S. assets to finance criminal activity and declaring it a terrorist organization. Hudson Institute senior fellow Rebecca Heinrichs joins us now. Rebecca, good morning. This is now obviously the 2nd time that the Trump administration has seized a tanker, saying that they are going to stop all unsanctioned oil tankers. What do you make of this development?
Straight up jacking them like, give me
Well,
that.
look, the administration is following through on exactly what they said they would do, Griff. And Marco Rubio just said over the weekend, too, that that the status quo with Maduro in power in Maduro is not sustainable for the United States. It's intolerable. And so you're going to see this pressure campaign continue, interdicting sanctioned oil coming out of Venezuela. Most of the oil, as you know, Griff, is going to China. China is Maduro's biggest backer when it comes to buying Venezuelan oil. Of course, then you have Venezuela using the shadow fleet and also selling heavy crude to Iran. And then Iran, of course, gives Venezuela what it needs. And so it's also being supported by some of our other biggest adversaries, Griff.
And this sanctioned...
Okay, Okay, question right off the muscle. Want to know if you guys think what they're doing is correct. If you do agree with what the administration is doing, I want to see a thumbs up. Yes, I agree. I think the Trump administration should continue taking these oil tankers and continue doing what they do. If not, thumbs down. Really want to know what you guys think about this situation right here. If you disagree with what's going on between Venezuela and the Trump administration and the United States of America. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I'm going to come over to the comments in a second. Just wanted to stack this deck with 1 or 2 more videos as well as to see your responses. Now, we got to get into Todd Blanche because we talked about it. And with the sleight of hand, I want to know. Okay, thumbs up. Everybody agrees except for, who do we got here? LOL bums, moments like spending time with your family, show the little things, Trump helps us. Okay, Liberty and Justice helps us with the glad to hear that she will remember you saying it all day on Christmas. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Everybody agrees except for 1 or 2 people here. Now we got to get on over to the Deputy Attorney General of the DOJ, Todd Blanche. And I wanted to know, with the sleight of hand, what's been going on with these files. All of a sudden, 16 or so pages have been taken out of the list that we've uploaded to our the description. Again, if you guys want to see any of these Jeffrey Epstein files, for the last 3 days, we've had them in our link in our description. So all you got to do is hit that link. It'll take you right over to the files. You'll be able to see all of the PDFs, except for 15 that they just took out. Check this out, you guys. Let's go.
Let's talk about the redactions, which you raised. The Epstein Files Transparency Act prohibits redactions, quote, on the basis of embarrassment, reputational harm, or political sensitivity. Has anything been redacted on that basis?
Absolutely, positively not. And that's another trend that is just simply false. There were a number of photographs that were pulled down after being released on Friday. That's because a judge in New York has ordered us to listen to any victim or victim rights group if they have any concerns about the material that we're putting up. And so when we hear concerns, whether it's photographs of women that we do not believe are victims or we didn't have information to show that they were victims, but we learned that there are concerns, of course we're taking that photograph down and we're going to address it. If we need to redact faces or other information, we will, and then we'll put it back up. So we are in every way, shape, and form complying with the statute, which...
The reason that they took the 16 pages down is they guess, he said a judge got in contact with them and said that they had to redact some images and I guess change some faces or cover faces. Also, we got somebody in the comments here that said something really smart. They just have a fear that if the American soldiers board one of those vessels that they may get piled upon, and that'd be a terrible situation there as well.
By the way, is what President Trump has been asking us to do since before he was elected. There is nothing that he has to hide in the Epstein files. There never was. And even though there's repeated attempts by Democrats to paint him as being part of the Epstein saga, it's failing over and over again. And so you should not be surprised that the material that we released on Friday or the material that we're going to release over the next couple of weeks is exactly what the statute requires us to release, which is everything that we have from this case, with the exception of redacting personal information from victims and other statutes, privileges and things like that. Otherwise, everything's getting produced.
Remember what he said. He's redacting things that have to do with the victims. Got to be honest with you, before we go get down a few clips and they start saying about, the victims start saying, look, we're tired of all that. Don't worry about us. Just get the files out. We actually want to see the information as well because it could corroborate all of the stories that we've been telling you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. I got to play this the way that it goes. I got to be fair out here and not just let one side of the coin be told. Let's get on over to the president. It's talking about a highly neurotic, it's not me, you guys, highly neurotic. Oh my God. Her, not me. Trump says earth to Marjorie Taylor Brown. He says something about when green gets stressed out, it turns brown. Let me let him say it. Let's keep on moving forward.
I have a fake senator. I call him the fake senator from a place called Georgia, right? And he was talking about all the, things. He says he's a church leader. It's funny, if you go in as a church leader, they talk about church and state, right? He's allowed to talk about He said, I'm going back to my church and I'm going to pray this morning. I'm going to talk about all these issues. If a Republican said that, they start screaming church and state. They don't scream, but NBC is really bad. And CBS, I mean, I love the new owners of CBS. Something happens to them, though. 60 Minutes has treated me worse under the new ownership than they just keep treating me. They just keep hitting me. It's crazy. And then you have Marjorie Trader Brown, I call her, because green turns to brown under stress. So I call her Trader Brown, which I don't like doing because 2 words is too much. 2 out of 3. We're changing to Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm going Marjorie Trader Brown, so I have to change. And a lot of people don't understand 2 words is too much to change. I actually like Marjorie Taylor Brown better, but everyone says Marjorie Trader Greene is good, but they're all good. But what the hell happened to her? She must have been a stone cold liberal. She's on CNN now all the time. Can you believe it? And it was only because I couldn't call her back. You know, I have 218, 19, it changes. But we have 200 and some odd congressmen and women. I have 53 senators. I have 212 countries. I've got a family. It's nice to talk to my family too. You can't call a president every single day, and then when the president doesn't call you back, she goes around saying, he doesn't call me back. He doesn't. I said, Marjorie, I can't call you back. I got 2. I think, Marjorie, I just can't call you back. I'm sorry. And I wouldn't call her back. And she goes onto a rant. He won't call me back anymore. Sorry about that. You know, you can only go so far. Yeah, once a month. Once every week or 2 weeks, but you can't, you know, highly neurotic. Her, not me, but I'm neurotic too. I think I'm probably very neurotic too. I always say controlled neuroses is good. Being neurotic, no good, but if it's controlled, that's okay. It gives you some energy.
How many people agree with the statements that the president has just made just now? Just want to know with a show of hands. If you agree, thumbs up. If you don't agree, thumbs down. Got to keep on moving forward because just in, Pete Hegseth announces the end to an unstable army. Spiritual fitness guide is out of there. Also, guess what else is out of there? DEI. We're going to try to clip around this because it's rather long. I already shaved it down a little bit, but let's get right into it while we have the chance of getting into this. We got the Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, who makes an announcement about Army spiritual fitness in the guide and what's going on moving forward. Let's go.
And danger. For about 200 years, the Chaplain Corps continued its role as the spiritual leader of our service members, serving our men and women in times of hardship and ministering to their souls. But sadly, as part of the ongoing war on warriors, in recent decades, its role has been degraded. In an atmosphere of political correctness and secular humanism, chaplains have been minimized, viewed by many as therapists instead of ministers. Faith and virtue were traded for self-help and self-care. If you need proof, just look at the current Army Spiritual Fitness Guide. In well over 100 pages, it mentions God 1 time. That's it. It mentions feelings 11 times. It even mentions playfulness, whatever that is, 9 times. There's 0 mention of virtue. The guide relies on New Age notions, saying that the soldier's spirit consists of consciousness, creativity, and connection. The guide itself reports that around 82% of the military are religious, yet ironically it alienates our warfighters of faith by pushing secular humanism. In short, it's unacceptable and unserious, so we're tossing it. I have a directive right here that I will sign today to eliminate the use of the Army Spiritual Fitness Guide effective immediately. These types of training materials have no place in the War Department. Our chaplains are chaplains, not emotional support officers, and we're going to treat them as such. That's why today at my direction, we are also simplifying the faith and belief coding system. In recent years, it ballooned to over 200 overly complex faith and belief codes. An overwhelming majority of the military population only uses 6 codes. 11 are not used by anyone. So we're going to streamline it and move it to a new list of religious affiliation codes so that our chaplains can actually use it to minister better to the flock. More reforms will be coming in the days and weeks ahead.
Good morning,
There will be a
Jared.
top-down
Thank you for the
cultural
$2
shift, putting spiritual
super chat.
well-being on the same footing as mental and physical health, as a first step toward creating a supportive environment for our warriors and their souls. We're going to restore the esteemed position of chaplains as moral anchors for our fighting force. The 1956 Army Chaplains Manual states, quote, "The chaplain is the pastor and the shepherd of the souls entrusted to his care," end quote.
Yeah.
This is a high and sacred calling, but this only works if our shepherds are actually given the freedom to boldly guide and care for their flock. Stay tuned for more. We are going to make the Chaplain Corps great again.
All right, we want to see. I'm going to keep looking into that. I'm not in the military, and there's a lot to be said in that. There had to be religion, and then there had to be feelings. There had a lot going on in those statements that he made right there, you guys. And I'm sure under those topics, we got a lot of other topics that we're going to probably start getting into and hearing about. Now we've got another situation that's very important that I'd like to get into, which says Washington is let's go to Washington, staying over in Washington right now. I see we're getting some hand claps over there because we got some people that believe in what he says. And Jared, well said. Let's keep on moving forward. Unnecessary and improper procedure, gender affirming care for minors is being canceled, or they're attempting to. I agree with this. I am not a Republican, a Democrat, or an independent. I'm a human being who made a platform for everybody. But these are the topics that grind my gears. Unnecessary and improper procedure of gender affirming care for minors is being canceled. I'm all with it. And if you're not with it, you don't have to be. And I want to see what you got to say in the comments.
Ms. Recognized. Mr. Speaker, I rise today in strong support of H.R. 498,
What you
the
got
Do
to
No
say?
Harm and Medicaid Act. This bill helps support our fellow hardworking Americans whose valuable and finite tax dollars should not continue to fund medically unnecessary care under the Medicaid program. It is our duties as members of Congress to focus hard-earned taxpayer dollars on care that is medically necessary to improve the health of Americans. The H.R. 498 Do No Harm and Medicaid Act does just that. It prohibits federal funding from dollars from going towards specified gender transition procedures for individuals under 18. My fellow House Republicans, particularly my colleagues on the Energy and Commerce Committee, have worked diligently this Congress to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse in the Medicaid program and Working Families Tax Cut Act. Our goal is to eliminate unnecessary and improper procedures and strengthen Medicaid for expectant mothers of children, low-income seniors, individuals with disabilities. CBO estimates that this bill would save taxpayers $445 million over a decade. And I want to make it abundantly clear, it does no way prevents minors from accessing medical care that they truly need. It just simply prohibits the use of Medicaid funding on specified procedures that are medically unnecessary. This critical legislation builds upon our work in the Working Families Tax Act to create a more sustainable Medicaid program, and I ask my colleagues to support the bill, and I will reserve my time. The gentleman from Kentucky.
I think that bill needs to be supported. I am 1,000% behind that bill right there. Check this out. If you want to do something, basketball players and actors and whoever got that money, guess what? Go ahead and do it. That's up to you guys. But Medicaid is not going to pay for it anymore. Because with this bill, if it passes, that's the end of it. Under 18, I mean, come on. Can they really make decisions? You can't drink alcohol until you're 21. You can't drive a car until you're a certain age. What makes you think it's okay to decide if you, not even going to go there, but you know what I'm talking about. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's get on over. That's right, you guys. Chicago, Danielle Carter Walters boycott property taxes until they get answers. Sounds off on fake, the R word, not the real Nate word, but acism, racism. That's right, you guys. Fake acism. When you try to say, we're doing it for the blacks, And you know what? We got to make sure that black people, and then you get all the black people together and you be like, wait a minute, but where are all these white people that we were supposed to be scared of? Only people I see up in here is a whole bunch of iggers. Watch this. I'm going to let her make sense of this situation right here. Let's break this down real quick. Come on, let's go.
This $1 million Tony couldn't make it today. She too busy loving her home she just got for $1 million, while we just received these high property tax bills. So we all here because of our property taxes. Some here, like Zoe and Miss Jessica, because y'all stealing black people property. So I just want to know, because we just came from the city council meeting, we come in there and the city is blaming the county, and now you just blaming Springfield. And then when you, all these people, when they go to these town hall meetings and you send your puppets, they lie and they blame the invisible white man. Somehow they are pushing us out of our community. They want our property. They want black people property. But they never say who it is. They just say, you know who they are. But when I come up in here, I see all black faces. I see Democrats. So are we talking about the Democrats are pushing black people out of their communities? The Democrats hate black people. The Democrats want our property and replace us with illegal aliens, because you all come in these meetings talking about the invisible white person, but we don't never see him, but we see all of you all here. And then you sit here, all these black faces, you sit here all Democrats, and you sit here all arrogantly like your seats are secure, like we are not coming after these seats. Just like I told Brennan Johnson over there the first time I spoke on that mic, I said the same thing that's making y'all laugh in here gonna make y'all cry. And then you see what's happening. Same thing here. Now I'm giving y'all warning right here. The same thing that's making y'all laugh in here is gonna make y'all cry. Mark my words. See, y'all sit here too comfortably, thinking that everything, you know, black people stupid, that we don't understand what's going on, that we gonna vote blue no matter who, and all y'all gotta do is use the race card. All y'all gotta do is call white supremacy, the white man. But we're in a heavily Democratic city from top to bottom. State and city, all Democrats. So
It's hard to stop her from talking. I'm so sorry. It's just so hard.
We say that the Democrats are racist white men or white women. Who is it? Because this is what y'all telling us. So I'm letting you all know, Chicago flips red. We are not paying these taxes. We are calling for a boycott on these taxes. Nobody is playing this game no more. We won't pay our taxes until we get a forensic audit on where all our money is going. We're demanding that. We're asking President Trump to send the feds here.
30 seconds.
The DOJ here. We need a forensic audit on where our money is going. And we are not paying no property taxes. And we are calling for a boycott. And we're going around to every ward in the city and calling for it.
I know you guys are mad at me for stopping that video. They're like, yo, why did you do that? If you would have gave us a choice, we would have kept playing it. Don't worry, I've got more. Trust me.
Chicago flips red, Daniel Carter Walters. Danielle, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for spending the time with us tonight. What was your reaction when you heard about this Washington Post editorial? He's raising taxes and papering over problems.
Yes, first, let me say thank you to Gregory Bravino for coming back. We welcome you with open arms. And yes, Brennan Johnson have lost his mind. And I think most of Chicago who received that enormous property tax bill, I think they're with me. We're not only funding illegal aliens' free lifestyle, we're funding Brandon Johnson and his administration lifestyle. If this 2026 budget passes, his Commissioner of Aviation, Michael McMurray, is set to receive a $58,000 raise. if this budget passed, Mary Richardson Lowry, corporate counsel, she's set to receive a $21,000 raise. If this budget passes, Chris Brown, who's over the Chicago Public Library, he's making $217,000. He's set to receive $223,000, and that will be making he'll be making more than a mayor.
So my question is she is their worst nightmare right now, and that's why I'll be letting her go, because she's like, she's like Godzilla. You guys do know that Godzilla is a female, right? Just so you guys know. But when she let loose, it's crazy. She might as well run for mayor at this point. I'm telling you. She might as well run for mayor, because she knows everything that's going on. She's already got the goods on everybody, and it's lit. It's lit in Chicago.
So these are the type of raises this administration is getting. Let's talk about Chris Brown, the commissioner over the Chicago Public Library. He's set to be making all this money. So listen,
not Chris Breezy, not that Chris Brown, y'all. We're not talking about Breezy. He's already making a ton of money. He ain't from Chicago. It's another person named Chris with the last name Brown. Let's keep on moving forward, because y'all are so crazy in the comments. Somebody said, not Chris Brown. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. I really would appreciate it, and it gets more people over here to get on these topics and on top of this story. Somebody said lies, lies. What do you mean lies, lies? What do you not agree about? Do you not agree about the amount of money that these people stand to make and what's going on with all of this? Good for her. More people should stand up for the city. There you go. Let's get those likes up, you guys. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Tiffany. There you go, Tiff. There you go. Florida, we got this driver. I told you guys about that rough and rugged, getting angry and getting out here and having fights with people. Didn't I tell you guys to calm all that down? We are when it comes down to road rage. Why? Because sometimes it doesn't work out in a good way for the aggressor. Especially when you're thinking about road rage, but you get calmed down because now you got to hold your damn door closed because the other car hit your door and flung it back, and you got to drive with one hand. So you can't even be in road rage about nothing but getting to a mechanic to fix your door. So check this fool out. I love this right here. This is one of my favorite videos. This should be when keeping it real goes wrong / road rage. Watch this right here. Oh boy, watch. This driver, no audio. This driver attacks a car on a busy highway. No audio. Don't need it. So he gets in the front. He tight. He stops. He stops the car. He getting out. He a construction worker, whatever. He gonna intimidate you, bro. What's going on, man? Get up out the car. Matter of fact, what's up? What? Man, I'm gonna punch your window. You broke my window? Oh, now you acting crazy? Let me get up out of here, man. I ain't messing with you. Shapinga, you gang. So even if you still mad after you punch that window, all you can do now is this. You son of a, you son of a, you son of a. So yeah, you got me for the window, but go take care of that door, that mirror, but take care of that door situation. We're going to see this in one more time. Rolls up, road rage, stops in front of vehicle, gets out, punches mirror. Doesn't always work out for the aggressor. Lucky he didn't get hit. Broke the guy's mirror. It goes on the ground. He wants to get out of there. Total agree with him. Now, Subinga. Now, even if you was mad. So now it costs you more to deal with that and explain to your insurance or that mechanic or how they're going to fix that situation than to just leave it alone. Leave Should have just left it alone, buddy. Just keep driving around. You didn't have to stop. Didn't have to mess with him. Whatever happened, it already happened. Nobody's hurt. Hell with you, you son of a blah, blah, blah. Couple of curse words and keep on moving. Ain't worth it all the time, you guys. Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen to get those likes up. How many people agree with me? You saw that? That was crazy right there. El Fulio. Well, now we got to get on over the doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom. Ice, ice, baby, get him! That's right, you guys. We got to go on over to Chicago because ICE is here. ICE is here. This lady out here calling out ICE like they're the ice cream man right now, and I don't know how they can handle it, how they could take it. But whoo, that must be a real good. You must have a real good therapist or some sort of customer service training nowadays to work for ICE in order to deal with situations like this. And people, I apologize in advance.
Uh-oh. ICE is present! La migra
La migra
es aquí!
es aquí! ICE is here! Doom, 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 doom. This is ICE.
La migra está aquí! ICE is here!
Okay.
La migra está aquí! ICE is here!
Okay.
La migra está aquí! ICE is here!
These guys went to Home Depot in Chicago. They back,
La
y'all.
migra está presente!
One behind you guys.
They're
La
back.
migra está aquí! ¡No salgas! La migra está aquí! La migra! ICE is here!
La migra. ICE is here. There's a lot of people that get out there, they follow ICE around, they make these noises, they do all sorts of things. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think that they should be brought up on charges? Is it freedom of speech, or do you think they're pushing a line where they can probably get themselves in trouble because they're basically going against a federal order? What do you guys think? I want to read that in the comments. Keep on moving forward, back over to Washington, because James Comer basically told Adam Schiff, you make me want to vomit. What? Make me want to vomit? Well, I want to see exactly why he would say something like that. You serious about that? Let's go.
What's up is House Oversight Chairman James Comer. Chairman, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate your time. Looking at this release today and this idea there are going to be more things released along the way, I know you've conducted your own investigation in Congress. Was there anything released that you'd already seen, and can you tell us anything about what you think is still to come?
Well, I think that there's been so much written about Epstein over the years. I think a lot of what's released, people say, well, I've seen that or I already knew that, even though they, in fact, are new documents. There are just a lot of documents out there. This is a very high-profile case. This dates back 20 plus years, over 5 previous presidential administrations. So there's going to be a lot of documents, and you can't just upload 1 million pages of documents in one day. Remember, these victims wanted their names redacted, and anything that would pertain to their privacy, they wanted it redacted. So it takes a long time, and several eyes have to gaze over each document to determine whether or not this particular line or that particular line should be redacted. So it's going to take time, but I'm confident the Trump administration is going to do that. They're complying with my subpoena and the request of Congress in that discharge petition to produce the documents, and they're producing the documents.
We didn't get all of the documents. How do you guys feel about that situation? Because we do know how computers work and how files work. If you try to put up 1 million files at one time, computer may crash, the whole damn, website may crash. So you're right about that. But you should be more consistent and persistent about what you're putting out, and less of those blacked out pages. Can we get less of blacked out pages? Less blacked out pages and more information is all that we're asking for. We've been waiting for years. Can we get the goods? Let's get on over to California, where we're going to break this up for a little bit, because I want you guys in Cali to know what laws are about to go into effect in 11 days in California. Luxury laws, minimum wage laws are going up to like 17 plus. Let's get on over to California. Not only that, but hotel laws. If you work in a hotel, going to be able to make up to $25 an hour.
Glenn and Lou, from the luxury law requiring landlords to provide certain appliances to raising minimum wages. Here's what to know heading into 2026. Starting January 1st, new laws may impact our everyday lives, from streaming apps to the workplace to grocery stores. One of the most noticeable changes, plastic bags. California is eliminating single-use plastic bags entirely, including the thicker versions. You will need to bring reusable bags or use paper. If you've ever had a problem with food delivery, you know how frustrating that experience can be. In 2026, if an order never arrives or shows up wrong, companies must offer refunds and access to real customer service.
I like that.
Apps will also have to clearly show how much drivers are paid, including tips and bonuses.
I like that too.
Streaming services will face new limits as well. Ads won't be allowed to play louder than the shows or movies you're watching.
Makes sense.
It's similar to rules already in place for traditional television. Car buyers will see changes at used car dealerships. Dealers must clearly disclose the full price of a vehicle, limit extra fees, and in some cases, allow buyers to return a car within 3 days. The state...
That's going to be hard on the... You got to be a real good salesman now to sell a car in California, because you got to tell them the real price and they can return it in 3 days. Let's go, not 30 days. We got some more to get into.
Minimum wage is going up again to nearly $17 an hour. A new law also limits contracts which require employees to repay training or relocation costs if they leave a job.
So if you leave a job and they trained you for it or they paid you to relocate, you're going to have to pay that money back, employee.
There are also changes specific to Los Angeles. In the city of LA, minimum wage for hotel workers goes up to nearly $25 an hour. In unincorporated LA County, hotels will be required to provide panic buttons and added safety protections for workers. Rent-controlled units in the city of LA face tighter limits on annual increases. And statewide, landlords must now provide working refrigerators and stoves as part of a rental unit.
This might come on over to New York as far as the preceding thing that they said when it came down to the rent freezing and the rent stabilization apartments. Units.
Couple more things of note. Declawing cats will be illegal statewide unless the procedure is medically necessary. And already in California, you can no longer drive solo in the Diamond Lane with an EV. Most of these new laws take effect January 1st, with some rolling out later in the year. Glenn and Lou, that EV grace period is already over. So can't say we didn't tell you so. Back to you.
Okay.
Samantha?
Glenn and Lou, from the luxury law requiring landlords...
We got to get on over to some money, 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 money. Let's get on over to the money. Because, yeah, we heard about AOC. You know how when she goes on her luxury... I don't know too much about it, but from what I've heard, she spent over $50,000 the last time she went to Puerto Rico. Where did they get all this money from? I mean, how are you a politician, but you have so much access to so much funds? If anybody could help me out with that, I really would appreciate it. Let me know, you guys. What you guys say? What you guys let me know about? Let me know, how are they getting this money to spend for these events and these luxury vacations?
Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez dropped nearly $50,000 on hotels and meals in Puerto Rico in the third quarter of this year, as well as renting a San Juan venue where she was caught on tape grooving at a Bad Bunny concert.
I want to know.
According to a campaign finance report from the third quarter, which records campaign expenses for members of Congress between July 1st and September 30th, AOC's principal campaign committee forked over roughly $15,489 for lavish lodgings in Puerto Rico, even as the squad member on her social media accounts denounced gentrification that was taking place on the island. Such stays included the adults-only Hotel Palacio Provincial and the Hotel El Convento, a 19th century property touting its old-world charm and elegance, the Federal Election Commission filings show. At least $10,743 was also spent on meals and catering services on August 25th and September 29th, per the FEC filings for that period. Elsewhere on the island, the 34-year-old Bronx and Queens Democrat danced alongside Brooklyn Rep. Nadia Velasquez at an August 10th Bad Bunny concert held in San Juan as part of the rapper's residency tour. Ocasio-Cortez's His campaign spent more than $23,000 on, quote, venue rental at the same location, the Coliseo de Puerto Rico, on June 24th and August 25th. It's unclear, however, whether the expenses were related to the Bad Bunny shows. A campaign manager for the Congresswoman, Oliver Hidalgo Woliben, responded in a statement to Fox News, who first reported the filings, that Ocasio-Cortez regularly travels to Puerto Rico to support local causes and host events that require both staff and security. She is deeply proud of her investment in grassroots organizing and will continue to be active in advocating for both people on the island and the millions of Puerto Ricans in the diaspora. Hidalgo.
Yeah, we know. You're trying to make sure you take some of that bread back over to your people, huh? We ain't stupid. Bad Bunny, huh? She had the little, let me just say, water in her glass that looked like some water possibly, or some tequila. Was that some Don Julio you had in that cup there, girl? I don't know. I don't want to put nothing on you. I have no idea what you was drinking. Casamigos? I have no idea. What was that, you guys? Could have been some nice, cool, chill water with a piece of ice in it. Come on, y'all. Y'all know better. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. I really would appreciate it. Let's get more people over here to see what we got going on. Now we got to get on over to all my accounts were hacked. Scammers. You got to know better by now, people. We have been teaching you for a year plus about different scams and the way different people are trying to access your accounts, especially around the Christmas holidays. We got this one lady who was scammed out of all of her money. Please listen and don't become a victim of the same situation that happened to her. I'd appreciate it. Come on, you guys.
Period ends.
It all started with a text message.
One woman says a text message made to look like it came from her bank cost her tens of thousands of dollars. The scammers, it sounded legit, had her personal information and convinced her they were stopping fraud when in reality they were draining her accounts. Well, now she's speaking out to warn others before it happens to them.
Also, they're going to do a survey here, and I would really appreciate it if you guys can be a part of this survey.
Now, first, we want to ask you, if your bank texts you, what do? You can scan the QR code on your screen to vote or go to abc3340.com.
What would you do if your bank texts you? I'm talking to you guys right now. What would you do? We got a couple of options here. Would you call the bank directly? Would you reply to the text? Would you ignore it? And some people not sure what they do. You guys tell me. I want to see right here. Call the bank. Contact my bank. My bank won't text me. They'll reach me by my phone. Call my bank. Go to my bank in person. Who's that right there? Terry Cone. What year were you born? Because you and I are thinking the same way. My bank ain't but 2 blocks away. I will walk right over there. Excuse me. Did you guys just text me? And give them my phone. I'm not playing. I am so transparent. That's how many people. Yes. Here. Did y'all send this? Did you send it? I want them to be like, no, sir. So they go to scan code right there. If you guys want to participate in this, I want to know what you guys see. A lot of you are smart. Ignore the text. Exactly, Bugatti. Mess with the scammer and call the bank. Give them fake info. Call the bank directly. I would laugh and ignore it. I did that at the United States Postal Service. My bank usually calls me, mine's too. Ignore the text and call my bank. Don't play with them neither. You know why? Because when you play with them, you may be giving them access to your messages back and forth. You don't want to give them no back and forth at all. Be careful with that going back and forth with them, especially if it's on other platforms like WhatsApp or Telegram. They get your certain numbers and Cash App numbers, they'll start hitting your Cash App. Don't play with them either, y'all.
Here's the I-Team's Valerie Bell with that story.
It was a late Saturday evening. A simple text message popped up on Brandy Andrews' phone, appearing to come from her bank.
It said, "This is Regions," and they were calling to confirm that I had made this purchase from this location. Confirm it was me, yes or no. And I text back, no,
I received another text that said a Regions customer service agent will be calling you.
The message included a claim number. Just 2 minutes later, her phone rang. It was a man calling himself Tristan, claiming to be from Regions.
So let me tell you what he just did. He threw out the hook and the line with the bait on the end. Let me see who's gonna take it. Who took the bait? How do you recognize in this place who took the bait? Is the person that responds. As soon as they respond, somebody took the bait.
Didn't ask for any of my information. He just said, okay, so you didn't, you confirmed that those charges were fraudulent. I said, yes. He said, so can you tell me where your last transactions took place? And I said, Pell City. I've not left Pell City. He said, okay. He said, so you haven't had any charges in Virginia?
And also, guys, if anybody's talking like this, so you haven't left Pell City at all? Are you sure, ma'am? Because I want to make sure, because if this is something that happened outside of Pell City, we have a question now. If they're talking like this, don't go for it. Trust me. Or, my brother, we have information that says you use your account somewhere over such in Pell City. You know what I do to the Africans? I always say, so what African country are you guys from? They so proud and thunderunts, they wind up telling you, I'm from Nigeria. Oh yeah? Boom! Bang it. Out of there. Don't play with me.
I said, those are all fraudulent. He said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and flag your account. And just so you know, we're going to put anything that's out of state has to be acknowledged and approved by you.
The caller then said he needed to send a verification code, not by text, but by email.
He didn't even ask for my email. They had it. He sent me an email that had a code, and I said, well, it says don't share this. He said, but I'm with the bank. I said, okay, so I gave him the code.
Believing she had stopped fraud before it spread, Andrews locked down her cards.
When I hung up, I went ahead and locked both of my credit cards because I have both of them here. Both of them are attached to my bank account. And I thought, well, I've done good. I've saved fraudulent charges from happening. And the next morning, Sunday morning, I woke up at 5:30 and all my accounts were wiped out. My savings, my checking, and the credit card that's associated with it was charged to the max.
How much money in fraudulent charges did these scammers rack up?
Just from my bank account, it was $14,000.
And more than $20,000 charged to her credit card.
When this person claiming to be from Regions had called you, were there any red flags raised during that phone call?
No. None. Because they didn't ask me to confirm, they didn't ask me for any information. They had all of my information.
You serious?
The only thing they asked me to do was confirm the code on the email.
She's now working with her bank and has filed a report with the St. Clair County Sheriff's Office. We reached out to Regions Bank. A spokesperson says they never want to see anyone become the victim of fraud, especially during the holidays. The bank hopes this case can help people recognize the importance of staying on guard to protect their accounts. Regions says legitimate financial institutions will never contact customers to ask for passcodes or other private information. If someone receives a call, email, or text claiming to be from a bank and requesting that kind of information, Regions advises not responding in any way. Instead, customers should immediately call their bank using a published verified phone number to report what happened. The bank also recommends updating login information as an added security measure and closely monitoring accounts.
Don't call that bank. Go to that bank. I don't care what nobody says. If you can't get to that bank, you better get to that bank fast as you can. Think about this. Your life savings is in that bank. Go to the bank. Give them your phone. Don't want to hear none of that. Because guess what Regions just said in so many words? Just like the other day when I made a mistake and sent someone a Cash App and I thought I could get it back. Oh yeah? You know what Cash App says? We're going to send you a letter explaining the situation. I said, you know what? Don't even do it, because all you telling me is don't do it again, because they just got you for your money. And sad to say, Regions ain't giving that lady her money back. Sorry to say it. they're not giving her money back. I don't see why. You the one that gave them access. We can work with you to try to track it or whatever like that, but you did give them the access, and I don't think that they're gonna give that lady the money back. Do you guys think that she's gonna get her money back after that scam right there? If you do, thumbs up if you think she get the money back. But if not, we gonna all do the Price is Right sound. Doom, doom, doom. I don't think she getting the money back. Anybody think she getting the money back? Let me know. Thumbs up if you think she's going to get her money back. Thumbs down. Somebody said H-E-double-L. No. Hell no. You already know. She ain't getting that money back. 50-50 says, Pablo says 50-50 chance. They won't give it. There you go. They ain't getting that back. She ain't getting that dough back. She ain't getting that back. Nope. No moolah. Look at that. I mean, I would just walk to my bank and ask them. Exactly. I don't care. Exactly. I got scammed 5 years ago, but it was an inside job by the tellers. So you were able to get your money back when that happened because it happened on the inside of the bank. Let's keep on moving forward to a retired elderly man. He can't forgive himself for losing $1 million in life insurance. I mean, $1 million that he saved up from crypto. So all I'm trying to do is put you guys on right now because it's the holiday.
New at 11, a Charlotte man lost more than $1 million in cryptocurrency after falling for a scam.
Every dime that I put into that, I worked for.
By sharing his story, he hopes he can prevent the same thing from happening to others.
He sat down with our consumer investigator, Caroline Higgs, to discuss how
more than $1 million.
Gene Duckett wishes he never picked up the phone when it rang one Friday night in March.
The guy on the other end says, "Is this Harold?" "I'm Harold Eugene." I said, "Yeah, who's calling?" He said, "My name is Benjamin. I'm from Ledger. Your funds are in danger of being stolen."
Ledger is a company that makes hardware wallets for cryptocurrency storage. A secret recovery phrase known as a seed phrase must be typed in to access the funds. He says the person on the phone directed him to a website where he could secure his funds.
They said they needed to give me a security code so that I would know what, when someone called back, that it was the correct person.
He says when he got a call from a second person who knew the code, he felt comfortable typing his seed phrase into the website. That's when he said he got a call from a third person.
He says, "Oh, something went wrong." So as soon as he said that, I looked on the XRP ledger and I had saved my wallet address in there, and all of the funds that were in my wallet were gone.
That's when the person on the line hung up. Duckett says he immediately realized his funds had been stolen.
The victim, Harold Eugene, says the loss represented nearly all of his savings and years of accumulated investment, and will never initiate unsolicited phone.
Yeah, he ain't getting that money back. Crypto, different story. Just wanted to show you guys another way that somebody got scammed, and he ain't getting that money back because when it's crypto, it's hidden. Whoop, and it's not insured by the SBLI. Not yet. Let's keep on moving forward now. We got to get on over to Alex Lopez, this trial where the jury reaches a verdict in this Florida convenience store illing case. I've been holding on to this for a couple of days. Might as well let it go now. I want you guys to see what's going on with this pretty sad story here. I want you guys to see what happened with this. Let's go.
I want to give you another
Florida.
live look right now inside the courtroom in Lake County, where we are expecting a verdict any minute now in the trial of Alex Lopez. He is the man accused of killing the man you see on your screen right there, 55-year-old Rayed Shahada. You see photos of him with his family. According to investigators, he was a clerk at the M&M Mart in Leesburg and was working at the time. He was FaceTiming his wife at the time that a masked robber entered the store, as seen on the surveillance video, ended up jumping the counter and firing shots that killed Rayed Shahada. Investigators say they believe that to be Alex Lopez, who you see walking in to the courtroom right now, and he is charged with murder in this case. This has been a closely watched case for more than a year. Lopez, investigators say they had been searching for him for a while, and it was a couple months after this alleged crime that he was found and taken into custody. So a verdict is in. We are getting ready to hear that read out shortly. You see the deputies there taking handcuffs and shackles off of Lopez as he walks in, again wearing civilian clothes. He is not wearing his jail jumpsuit, as we often see in cases like this. We are trying to see if they are about to, trying to get a gauge here. Obviously, something that is somewhat difficult to do, not being inside.
Terrible audio. What's going on, man? Seriously? What the hell is that?
And you got all the evidence? You inventoried it?
No.
Okay. We're going to do that before I'll stick around.
Jury coming into the courtroom right now, getting ready to hear their verdict in this trial out of Lake County. Alex Lopez, you see standing there at the defendant's table alongside his defense attorneys and waiting to find out his fate, charged with murder in the death of 55-year-old Rayed Shahada last year. Let's listen in.
Be seated. All right, members of the jury, we have a, who's the foreperson? So, forgive me here, is it Mr. Linninger?
Yes, sir.
And your verdict is unanimous?
Yes, sir.
That is, all 12 of you agreed to the same verdict?
Yes, sir.
All right, could you please hand Deputy Franson the verdict form?
You guys asked for more crime. You guys asked for more, so we got more going on. You guys asked for this in the comments.
Today is the 17th.
A lot of people.
All right, the court finds that there are no errors nor omissions. Would the clerk please publish the verdict?
In the Circuit Court of the 5th Judicial Circuit of the State of Florida in and for Lake County, State of Florida versus Alex Lopez, case number 2024 CF 1341. Verdict count 1. We, the jury, find as follows as to the defendant in this case. The defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree. So say we all, dated the 17th day of December 2025. Kenneth Linninger, foreperson. Verdict count 2. We, the jury, find as follows as to the defendant in this case. The defendant is guilty of robbery with a firearm. So say we all.
Two charges, two guilty verdicts. He's guilty. So guess what? Now we're going to find out how much jail time he's going to get. And guess what? We want to pray for the family because they lost their dad in this tragic event. Yes, they got some sort of justice, but you'll never be able to get your family member back. No amount of money or no amount of treasures can get a life back. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got another situation, and this one didn't go as such as many expected. We're going to get on over to And If I Can Make It There, I'll Make It. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. Let's get on over to Brooklyn, where Judge nixes a conviction of one of two men found guilty in the illing of Jam Master Jay. Let's go, y'all. We got some updated information on this situation right here, too.
And now to some more breaking news. A federal judge has thrown out the murder conviction of one of the men found guilty in the 2002 killing of Run DMC star Jam Master Jay. A Brooklyn judge ruled there wasn't enough evidence that Carl Jordan Jr. had a motive to kill the hip-hop pioneer. An eyewitness had testified Jordan shot his godfather inside a Queens recording studio, but the court rejected claims that it was tied to a failed drug deal. Jordan does remain jailed on unrelated drug charges, while the conviction of the other defendant stands. The judge refused, however, to grant a similar reprieve to Ronald Washington, who was convicted alongside Jordan last year.
Yeah, so one person who's still going to be holding their conviction and doing their time. But again, this individual is now being let out. They said that they just don't have the evidence to keep him in jail. So I think he did about 2005, 17, he did about 18 years, you guys, long time. Let's get on over to the additional Epstein information files. We got some documents that have been released, but many also haven't been. And one thing causes controversy, largely redacted, and over 500 pages has been blacked out. Showed you guys, we have the links right there in the description. If you want to go look at the Jeffrey Epstein files, all you got to do is hit the link, go right to the Jeffrey Epstein link. It has its own page on the government on the .gov website. I want you guys to see this right here because we're going to get more information going in on top.
The Justice Department released additional documents in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Thousands came out yesterday, but what's missing from these documents is causing controversy. Ali Bauman has been piecing it together tonight.
Among the newly released Jeffrey Epstein documents, handwritten notes from grand jury testimony, flight logs, and message pads, the thousands of records released since Friday are largely redacted, over 500 pages fully blacked out.
We need to have oversight hearings. We will send letters demanding more transparency.
The Justice Department did not meet Friday's deadline to release all files from its investigations into the late convicted sex offender, as required by law, saying the delay is in part to ensure victims' information is protected. Republican Congressman Thomas Massey, who co-sponsored the legislation, posted on social media the Justice Department's release, quote, grossly fails to comply with both the spirit and the letter of the law.
They're not required to release a list of what they're not releasing, and that's where the problems arise.
Marina Lacerda is an Epstein survivor.
Who are we trying to protect? Are we protecting the survivors, or are we protecting these elite men that need to be put out there?
This photo of a missed call message from Donald Trump was also made public Saturday, but otherwise the president's name is noticeably absent from the government's releases.
What other files did we find there? Let me know. Let's see if we can find any more images, any more files.
Department of Justice posted 2 more batches of Epstein files on its website. The latest includes the grand jury testimony from April 2007. In those records, an individual identified as a 21-year-old woman describes being recruited by Jeffrey Epstein when she was 16, along with other underage girls, for illicit massages at his Palm Beach mansion. Her name is redacted from the files. Sources tell ABC News that Friday's release represents less than half of the department's files on Epstein and includes never-before-seen records from the investigation.
That's why it's so hard for me to believe you, Ghislaine Maxwell, when you say that you and Jeffrey were just friends. Those look like real intimate photos, and you seem to be loving the lavishness of which you're being able to have when he was alive, huh? But all of a sudden, now that he ain't here, oh, you talking about Epstein? She literally calls him Epstein. You know when that man was alive, he was calling him Jeffrey. Probably had some other lovey-dovey words, a name that you had called him.
And thousands of photographs, many of which are heavily redacted, and was released without context. President Trump had a long-standing friendship with Epstein. White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles says Trump's name appears in the files, but not doing anything awful. Trump says he and Epstein eventually had a falling out.
I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert.
ABC's Pierre Thomas spoke to Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, who also served as the president's criminal defense attorney.
I think he was a sick perv too. Other people was around him. Mick Jagger. We got people like, who else that other person was? Mick Jagger. Celebrities like Walter Cronkite. Who else? Woody Allen. Check this out. Yeah, we got more celebrities that, yeah, they go. Bill Clinton, Mick Jagger, Jeffrey Epstein, all eating together. These little funky shirts I told you guys about. What's up with these matching shirts? Do these shirts have anything to do with something that we need to know about? You know what I'm saying? Because only a certain couple of people have these type of shirts on. Justice Department released new files on Jeffrey Epstein. I'm talking about some of these are really like older pictures too. The files include several notable public figures pictured with Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell, because she was the one that was doing the links and going to find these prestigious people for Jeffrey Epstein. She was the hunter, the scout. That was her job. They include Mick Jagger, actor Kevin Spacey, journalist Walter Cronkite, entrepreneur Richard Branson, and comedian Chris Tucker. Tucker addressed the 2002 humanitarian trip he took to Africa with Bill Clinton and Epstein to an all-urban central broadcast in 2021. I met him on that trip because it was his plane. I didn't know whose plane it was. I met him. You don't know what people do in their private lives. And Chris, you're right about that, bro. Gotta be honest. Same way you probably could have took a picture with this guy. I'm not gonna say everybody's 100% guilty. You know, I'm not. You'll never know. But damn, you hang around them a little longer than 20 minutes or an hour, you kind of know what they're about. We gotta keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. We got more. We got 15 pages that was blanked out too.
This photo of an open drawer contains two pictures of US President Donald Trump. In one, he's surrounded by young women, and in the other, he's standing next to Melania Trump and convicted sex offenders Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. This photo is one of the thousands of files released by the US Department of Justice pertaining to the Epstein investigation, but has seemingly vanished from the DOJ's website without explanation or notice, less than a day after it was published. Other images in the missing files include paintings depicting nude women. So
now these are the images that Todd Blanche spoke about earlier in the beginning of the show. He said that they were contacted by a judge who wanted some of those images redacted, so that's why they went back in the files.
Democrats on the Oversight Committee are demanding answers from the US Attorney General Pam Bondi.
This photo, file 468, from the Epstein files that includes Donald Trump, has apparently now been removed from the DOJ release. Pam Bondi, is this true? What else is being covered up? We need transparency for the American public.
This has deepened the already present concerns over the DOJ's handling of the release. The department has already gone against its legal obligations by not publishing the files in their entirety by the 19th of December. Documents made public so far have not offered a lot of new information about Epstein's crimes.
Not at all.
Frustration regarding the release was also shared by families of victims. We can hold them in contempt if they...
I do feel like they're trying to push a certain narrative here. I'm so sorry, you guys. A lot of people are going to probably be against this, but it seems as if they're just trying to only put certain people's images out. You know, not everybody's image. Let's do a quick rundown real quick and break the situation
Some of the
down.
victims of the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein are demanding the release of all the files relating to the case. Many say they feel let down by the partial release of thousands of heavily redacted files. The US Department of Justice, which released the trove, said the omissions were required to protect victims and for continuing investigations. Well, a number of famous faces have appeared in the latest tranche of images, including Michael Jackson, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, and Bill Clinton. Being named or pictured in the files is not an indication of any wrongdoing. Sean Dilley reports.
Nah, we got enough. I'm talking about, I got so much on this, it's not even funny. You guys said Michael Jackson, boom, next thing you know, Michael Jackson popped up. But lastly, I want to get some information from a victim who's talking about the missing files, heavy redactions, as well as the anger that the rest of the survivors are going through, because only thing that we've been hearing is, we want to protect the victims. Well, how about we hear what the victims have to say? At least one of them. Let's go, you guys. Let's get into it.
Survivor, and now an advocate for transparency and accountability. Just welcome. So, 2 days now past this deadline, and despite an act of Congress, the DOJ has still not released all the documents victims and lawmakers have pushed for by law. Are you buying that missing documents explanation? And overall, how are you feeling right now about it?
First of all, thank you for having me back, Alex. It's always nice to talk with you about this. I'm feeling a million different emotions. One of them, which is very odd, is I'm feeling validated in that the exact level of negligence to be generous, incompetence, again, to be generous, that has happened for this deadline. It wasn't the beginning of a rollout, December 19th, it was a deadline. And the American people and Congress are experiencing exactly what we've been experiencing for 30 years. So there's this frustration, but also it's in plain sight for everyone to see and to understand what we've been experiencing all this time.
Yeah, I guess there is a sense of validation to that. So let's talk about the few disclosures that were big ones, but there was this one, an FBI report documenting a child pornography complaint against Epstein by Maria Farmer, an artist, an Epstein survivor. This was from 1996. It was a complaint that was ignored for years. Her sister Annie described finding out the document was in the release. Take a listen.
It described Epstein stealing photos of myself at the age of 16, of my younger sister, who was 12 at the time. And just to see it in writing and to know that they had this document this entire time, and how many people were harmed after that date. It just, you know, we've been saying it over and over, but to see it in black and white that way has been very emotional.
Since 96.
It's gut-wrenching, in fact.
96.
But is this another level of indication that you were hoping would come out of the DOJ's Epstein files?
Yes, because Maria Farmer was the original whistleblower on all of this. And she has been experiencing an insane level of bullying, being called a liar for years. And she was never lying. She was always telling the truth.
There are more than 2,000 women, more than 2,000, I would say more than 2,500 people. There's no way that this many people is lying about one situation.
And none of us were even told what was going to be in this drop. There was no communication with the DOJ, by the way.
None.
In fact,
nobody reached out.
Maxwell's had more. Ghislaine Maxwell's had more communication with this DOJ than any of us have had.
I wanted her to say that. That's the way she feels. She said that Ghislaine Maxwell has had more contact with this DOJ than we have. Let's keep on moving forward. Another topic, you guys. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen and get those likes up. We're going to keep on following up with Jeffrey Epstein and much more, but we got a lot of other news to get into. I've been holding this for a few days because I wanted to make sure that the story was correct. We have a teen that lost their lives falling from the Stranger Things building. Check this out, you guys. Let's go.
At a popular site for fans of the hit show Stranger Things. Fox 5's Kevin Stewart is live in DeKalb County to explain. What have you found out, Kevin?
Well, according to police, this young woman and her friends were just exploring this building back here, and she fell. And the truth is, this building is cordoned off and has been abandoned for some time. To fans of the hit show Stranger Things, this vacant Emory University property is Hawkins Lab. These Florida tourists, like so many others, couldn't miss the chance to check it out.
We heard they're going to be demolishing it.
But they had no idea. This is where 19-year-old Leah Palmerato fell to her death early Friday morning.
Damn.
Oh, wow. Well, that's crazy.
Even worse.
That's, wow. So young.
According to authorities, Palmerato fell to her death from atop this building, a popular spot not only for fans of Stranger Things, but for photographers, so-called urban explorers to shoot images of dystopian-like ruins. There is so much to learn about how and why this happened.
We're happy just staying right here and looking at it from afar. I don't need to get any closer.
This building has had many uses over the years, a mental health facility. Emory has used it for various academic purposes like paralegal classes and more since acquiring it in 1998. But it's been vacant since 2024. The plan is for a private firm to develop and operate a senior living community. Was there security here overnight? It's unclear, but in a statement, the university says while there are no trespassing signs, Emory is enhancing security at the site.
Yeah, you know what it is. It's like a landmark for like horror, for certain things that probably happened with the show. And just like he said, we're good watching it from here. But there are also a lot of people that's like, let's get closer. Let's take some pictures on the top. Let's do a selfie. Let's do a TikTok dance. No disrespect. We're going to pray for the Lord, the life of the person that lost their life here, and we hope that many other teens take this as an educational point, even when it comes down to subway surfing and doing a lot of other stuff. You do not have to listen and follow in line with what everybody else does, because it's not always good for you. Amen. I'm going to keep on moving forward now, because we got to get on over to someone that needs that really slow grinding, that really slow meat grinder. Yeah, we got these two men from St. Charles who were charged with luring minors to their St. Charles business. We got to get this one out, you guys, because anytime it's about these perverts, we got to let you know what's up.
Thank you for joining us for Fox 2 News at 5. I'm Shirley Washington. First on Fox, two St. Charles men are facing federal charges accused of sex crimes against minors. Fox News' Chad Mira joins us with details. And Chad, these suspects were already
double tap that screen, y'all. Get the story.
That's right, Shirley. First, it was the states that filed charges in the case. They charged both these men with sodomy. Now, federal prosecutors adding their own set of charges. That might not be it either. St. Charles police say they think there could be more victims out there. 22-year-old Ramamandi Yashpreet and 44-year-old Brent Stevens are both federally charged with coercion and enticement of a minor. Stevens is facing an additional charge of receipt of child pornography.
So this is a very serious case of enticing a minor.
The enticement charge carries a potential life sentence.
These two gentlemen did know each other. They're acquaintances.
They're not gentlemen. They're pieces of turd. They're crap.
And these charges stemmed from a single incident. There was physical contact with this child.
Their indictments say that between June and September, the two men used the internet to try and persuade a minor to engage in sexual activity.
But they obviously knew each other because Yashpreet brought the juvenile subject to Stevens' business office.
St. Charles County Prosecutor Joe McCullough initially charged the case at the state level, accusing the suspects of sodomy involving a child under 14 years old. Police say the crime allegedly happened in August here at Stevens' business in the 1000 block of Fairgrounds Road.
These individuals met on a computer website that is designed for this type of interaction and stuff like that. And the parents just have to be on top of what their children are doing with regards to the computers.
Stevens is also charged with possession of child pornography at the state level. McCullough said that victim is different than the sodomy victim. And now St. Charles police say they believe there could be even more victims they haven't found yet. We talked to attorneys who represent Yashpreet and Stevens in the state's case, but both of them declined to comment at this point. They say this new federal indictment is so new they haven't had a chance to familiarize themselves with it yet.
So anybody living in this neighborhood or anybody know about these two people, have children that ever been around them, this is something to pay attention to. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. These are the stories we really like to get out because of what's going on with crazy stuff like this. Still got another one, and yes, we're going to pray for the children after we get on this Jamari Sessions situation that has to do with F penalty and jail letters that draw scrutiny in the illing of a 9-year-old little girl. Check this out. We're not finished yet. We got to keep on moving forward. We got to definitely protect the children.
Tonight, in her own words, a woman accused of murdering a 9-year-old little girl allegedly confesses in a series of jailhouse letters. Thanks for joining us on this Friday. I'm Luann Sorrell.
And I'm John Brown. The girl was beaten, tortured, and even attacked by a dog. Now her accused killer is writing letters from behind bars. Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie joins us live with this one. So Hannah, you spoke to the little girl's grandmother about these letters.
I sure did. She actually told me she couldn't bring herself to read all of them because what she did see, she tells me, made her extremely angry. But she does say these letters have reignited her mission of getting justice for Jamaria, which she knows could be a very long legal battle. Hand-scrawled letters written in jail, exchanged between boyfriend and girlfriend, Tyshell Martin and LaJuan Sessions. Sessions writing, "If things are as the way you're saying, you didn't do it on purpose, so that's not premeditated. But you have to explain it, everything. But get a good deal for a full confession or cooperation." Then from Martin, "Although I don't remember doing the things I saw in that video, the video is proof that it happened. At this point, all I/we can do is confess to God our mistakes, vow to do better, repent, etc." Sessions is charged with aggravated manslaughter of a child. Martin is charged with first-degree murder, accused of killing Sessions' daughter, Jamaria. The 9-year-old found dead on June 17, 2024. The Lake County Sheriff's Office says deputies found Jamaria naked, covered in cuts, punctures, burns, bruises, and possible bite marks, all in various stages of healing.
She was light up a whole room because she got those little glasses and she was so...
Althea Chenault preparing for yet another Christmas without Jamaria. Once beloved holiday traditions dying alongside her granddaughter.
We used to be making those houses for Christmas, gingerbread houses, but now we're not doing it because she's not here.
And now wounds reopened with these letters sent between the two people accused in Jamaria's death. Chenault couldn't bring herself to read all of them.
I didn't want to get all upset, start crying and stuff, but it's sad. It's sad how they talked about her like she was nothing.
Flippant conversations. Martin has foot fungus and craves McDonald's fries. Sessions says he just wants to watch movies and chill. Absent from the letters, says Chenault, remorse.
Because they talked about it and laughed about it, and they were still talking and joking in the letters. Like it was okay what happened. They were still talking about LOL, laugh out loud, and all this. I love you, all this stuff. It's just heartbreaking. I don't know.
Terrible. Some people are just so cold. I'm sorry, you guys. I know we're in a different time of the season right now. But yeah, I want you to see some coldness right now that some people have in their heart, because guess what? Hopefully it'll bring us closer to our family members and the people that we love so much. Amen. And it's not over. I got this one for you. This one here, his own mother. His own mother. Let's get on over to Arizona, you guys.
That the defendant should be sentenced to death. Signed, the foreperson.
That was part of the sentencing this morning for one of the worst serial killers in Arizona history.
Our Craig Harris was at the courthouse where Cleophas Cooksey Jr., who also killed his own mother, learned his fate.
It was a nearly 3-week killing spree in late 2017. 8 victims, including the mom and stepdad of Cleophas Cooksey Jr. In Maricopa County Superior Court on Thursday, he learned his fate. 6 times, the jury unanimously decided he deserved the death penalty.
The jury has unanimously determined that for each of them, the appropriate sentence is death. So it is the judgment of the court that you has to be sentenced to life in prison, to be executed by lethal injection in due course.
That was Judge Mark Brain. In 2 of the murders involving his mom and stepdad, the jury could not reach a unanimous decision. The jurors told us after the hearing that they chose leniency in those cases. As for the other 6, they said they simply followed the law and concluded he deserved death. Prosecutors have said they didn't have a motive for every murder. Cooksey also was charged with armed robbery, sexual assault, and kidnapping. Cooksey sat stoic as the sentences were read. Earlier in the hearing, he was seen smiling and even laughing. Some family members and friends of the victims cried as the sentences were read. All declined to be interviewed on Thursday. But Eric Hampton, a friend of the victims, had this to say in September.
I've known him since, I've known him since he was a kid. Kind of really surprising to see what type of monster he became.
Cooksey now becomes the 108th person on Arizona's death row. After the hearing, we talked to Phoenix Police Sergeant Lorraine Fernandez about the case finally coming to a close.
You know, these families were never going to be able to hold their loved ones anymore. Getting the justice for those families and having that end, that hopefully that closure for them is helpful in that aspect. And as long as with our detectives, they're invested, and they've been invested since 2017, you know, actively seeking any sort of tips that come through. It's a constant working, case that is, you know, a living document basically. So for everyone to be able to have that closure is huge for us.
The sentencing has come nearly 8 years to the day that Cooksey killed his mom and his stepdad. Reporting in downtown Phoenix, I'm Craig Harris, 12 News.
Like, I just don't I don't understand it, man. Like, people, like, is there no limit? Is there no, like, you know, nobody off limit? Nobody? Your own mother? I see why he got the cereal. Yeah, and I'm not talking about Chex. I'm not talking about Frankenberry. I ain't talking about Frosted Flakes. Yeah, he got the title, the right title, and guess what? Some people I can't say nothing about it. He deserved that. Bzzz, however they give it to him. Double tap that screen to get those likes up to get more people over here to know about these stories. That's right, you guys. It's Monday and it ain't over. It ain't over. Thought you ain't like the beat. Party ain't over. Groove me. Ow. Baby. Sad situation. And I'm sorry about that because we definitely have to make sure that we pray for the family as well as everyone who lost their lives in this tragic event, even though it's 2020 something, 24. We want to pray for the families that they've got strength and they made it, they're getting through this terrible, tragic event. And now that they finally got a verdict, they're going to get their, justification in what happened. Amen, you guys. Got to keep on moving forward, and I apologize for that. This is something that I'm going to tell you guys from now on. I don't know if they're going to be able to get this access for every car or moving. No. I got to do this one. Got to do this. I got to. Because we talk about road rage. We talk about anger. We talk about trying to control our anger. But also, it's not just about road rage. Sometimes it's when you're with your family, when you're with your girlfriend, you want to show off. You walking and your girl with you, somebody look at her butt. I'm going there. Somebody look at her butt. Yo, what you looking at my girl butt for? Da 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 da. You don't even know if that guy's strapped. And I ain't telling you to be a punk. But what I learned in this long life of mine is everything is not a battle and it's not a war. Sometimes it's okay to walk away. Because we got a situation here where a father was pow-powed and lost his life in front of his family at a DART train station. I'm not putting this on anybody and blaming the victim, but I would say I'd rather walk away nowadays because you don't know what these YNs got in store for you.
Another deadly incident at a DART train station is being investigated. Marissa Armas is live for us this afternoon. I know you spoke to the victim's family today. They have to be utterly...
Get on over to Dallas, y'all.
Stunned by all of this.
Yeah, Doug, as you can imagine, the family is heartbroken by this tragedy. The victim has been identified as Aaron LeJames Graham. They tell me that he was a loving father who loved barbecuing. Earlier today, I spoke with his fiance who was with him when that shooting happened. And she says they were on their way home from work.
And I'm kissing them, telling them, babe, wake up, please. Wake up, please, wake up. Wake up for me.
Less than 24 hours since 28-year-old Aaron LeJames Graham was murdered at a DART train station. Today, his fiancée trying to find the words.
For somebody to just take his life like that in front of my kids and myself, being his lover and his partner, it hurt me because it's like you taking away a good person. Not from just me, not from my kids, not from his kids, but from his family.
The incident happened at 9:40 Thursday night at the 8th and Corinth station. Investigators say the suspect, identified as 18-year-old Demetrius Rogers, told them he and his brother were walking past Graham when Rogers said, "Excuse me." Rogers says Graham responded, "Excuse you," which he says offended him. The affidavit states that Rogers' brother and Graham were going to start fighting, which angered Rogers.
I tried to break it up the best I could.
That's when investigators say Rogers pulled out a gun, shooting Graham in the chest.
He fell to the ground. I was looking for an exit hole. I was looking for an entrance. And all I can remember is just him breathing heavy. And my son was standing behind him when he got shot.
His fiancée telling CBS News Texas Graham was a comedian, a devoted father who loved cooking and would give the shirt off his back to help whoever needed it.
He loved doing it. Every family get together. He barbecuing, cooking, playing music, dominoes.
Tonight, she holds on to the moments and memories he left behind, hoping Graham's life, not his death, defines his legacy.
He didn't deserve none of that. We want justice for him. He shall get justice, bro.
Now the suspect is in custody. He is being charged with murder. Graham's family is currently setting up his funeral. They have set up a GoFundMe account to help with those expenses.
Now a stupid situation. Why? Because one person felt like they wanted to stick their chest out. other person wanted to go back and forth with them, and look what happened. 2 lives plus more have been affected by this. We're talking about the father, talking about the brother that did the crime. We're talking about the children that are affected, talking about the mother that's affected. So many people have been affected by this tragedy. I want people on both sides of the story or the realm to understand where we're coming from here. As far as understanding and being able to talk to each other. Many people on this platform, I'm not really talking to you guys, but there's a lot of YNs, a lot of young people that don't have the accord to think along those lines, and they take measures like this into their hands instead. Hopefully less things like this happen, and it's such a sad situation. But you heard what he said. I took it a different way. I thought he was disrespecting me. So excuse me, no, excuse you. That reminds me of back in the day. Oh, you want to fight? And then you go back and forth with each other with the arm like this, and then nothing happens. Well, guess what? They don't do that no more. There's no arguing. There's no threats. Because once you threat, especially now it's a YN, they're already strapped. And especially if they got the mask on, the shiesty, because they're used to it now. And they're living Grand Theft Auto in real life. Guys got to be careful out there. I'm not trying to scare people, but it's a true story. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And I hope nobody's planning on trying to get away from any vehicles, any police cars, because they got this thing that they've been using to stop cars. And it's not even about the flipping them and hitting them in the back and making them turn anymore. It's the grapple. Check this out. Trying to get away from a police car now, they'll just grapple you. Watch this grapple stolen car in a wild dash cam stop. All they got to do is get close, bump into you. The grapple has been deployed. It wraps around your back tire. All they do is stop their car, and you're going to be dragging them, but the other cars are on you. Get out of the car. You ain't going nowhere, bro. You ain't going nowhere, bro. We done seen several of these situations happen. And now, you see they pulling up with the big truck. They like this. If you don't, we gonna crash the window. Look at the truck right there that they got. I think you need to get on out. Yeah, hands in the air. You ain't going nowhere. Exactly. Back up to the sound of my voice and hold on a minute. Watch your head. You might as well stop, bro, before all this go down. You might as well stop. Here go another one. He thought he was getting away in Kansas. They used to grapple to stop a stolen truck. Boop, all they do is bump into you. Got him. Right around that back tire. They slow down, you slow down. Oh, now you want to pull over. Now you want to pull over, okay. Now you want to pull, oh, I didn't even see you guys back there. Yeah, okay, come here for a minute. Watch your head. Yeah, you got him. Look. Got him. Yeah. So I guess that's the new wave now, y'all. They got the grapple up out here. So you people try to get away, thinking you're gonna get away and you ain't got no problem or nothing like that. Guess what? They got something else in store for you. Come here. Oh, you can. Okay, guys. You know we love the animals, all sorts. Double tap that screen to get those likes up, because you know all the support that we can get over here, we appreciate it. We're going to get on over to Toronto, Canada. That's right. Well, we got a magical reunion of two, what are these, swans that goes viral? These are two swans. I think they're called horn swans because of the noise that they make. Wonk, 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 wonk. They sound like horns. I guess one of them got sick, so they had to take him to the vet. So the other one, they got really sad because guess what? Swans actually live in a pair. If they get separated, it's not good for the other one. Check this out, you guys. This is their reunion when they got back together. Check this out.
Like a scene out of a romance movie, now gone viral. A pair of local trumpeter swans recognize each other and then celebrate their reunion after several days apart.
I don't know if you guys noticed, they're making the same exact movements. They look like they're in the mirror right now. Do you guys notice this?
Best release ever. It was so magical.
Toronto Wildlife Center's Sarah Castillo was able to capture the sick swan near its nest in Bluffers Park.
As he was just kind of sitting in the water, he all of a sudden started to be covered in blood.
Luckily, TWC staff determined the injury was not too serious, so after just a few days of care, the male swan was ready to be released on April 4th. But what happened next, fantastic, is described as one of the best TWC rescue and release moments ever.
I've missed you, you're home, like, where have you been? It's so magical to see you.
Oh, I can almost imagine that they're talking to each other in swan language, saying, like, where have you been? You know, I can't believe you've been away for days now.
Toronto Wildlife Center's executive director says swans do mate for life, and just like humans, their body language and vocalizations are sophisticated.
Wow.
They saw each other from very far away, and the one vocalized, and then they went, oh, hey, you know, that's the voice of my mate. They are sentient beings. They do have feelings, they have emotions, they have memories, and they can form very complex relationships with each other. So, I mean, I think that these two swans just really proved to us that fact that there's a lot more going on between
He got his boo back.
They realize.
Look at Randy.
Melanie Zettler, Global News.
Randy said he got his boo back. Yo, y'all saw how they was open like, yo, where my chick at, yo? They did the, I got the swan outfit on right now, the white and black. They was like this. Y'all double tap that screen to get those likes up. You know we love the animals. We love them so much that we gotta protect them, especially the canines, the ones that protect us. You know which ones I'm talking about. The ones that that go to the canines that they let out to get behind people that do all the real snobbery and crazy stuff like that. Well, guess what? We also never had ballistics for them. Never had vests that can protect them until now. Check this story out.
A company is designing new protective gear for deputy canine units. The hope is to keep them safe from gunfire in dangerous situations.
And now Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez explains why this matters now more than ever.
Jack wasn't just a canine officer. He was a partner. 3 years ago this week, he was shot and killed by a barricaded suspect in Gardena.
Despite the suspect trying to engage us and shoot at us, he stayed throughout the fight and was able to allow us to protect ourselves.
At the time, Jack wasn't wearing protective gear.
My job up until now has been protecting humans.
After the canine's death, John Becker, whose Laverne company Aardvark Tactical makes tactical gear for first responders, reached out to Deputy Williams about designing a vest to protect four-legged officers.
Unfortunately, a lot of dogs end up being shot where Jack was shot, which is very high in the chest. And, you know, that was what started this conversation is there a way to protect this area?
Then a few months later, Deputy Williams' new partner, Canine Kid, was shot.
Kid was wearing another company's vest and was shot, and he survived the wound.
That incident pushed the design forward, focusing on protecting the most vulnerable area, the neck and upper chest.
Oh, Lisa, you do?
During testing, a decoy armed with a marker simulated strikes to show where the new vest absorbs impact.
Somebody said, didn't they watch John Wick? One of my favorite movies. He's talking about Halle Berry's German Shepherds. I'm on point. I know what you guys talking about.
This was the vest used with the decoy, and as you can see, each marker strike represents a vulnerability that this canine vest was able to protect. The detachable collar allows canines to move freely and gear up only when needed.
If it's not as high risk a situation, we can remove that collar from the dog, and he's even that much more comfortable, and he's able to do whatever he needs to. But as you can see, it's not bothering him at all.
As the canine community mourns the recent death of Burbank police canine Spike, innovations like this matter more than ever.
Yeah. We owe the dogs everything we can to protect them and keep them as safe as we can.
Jack's legacy now rests on the shoulders of every canine who follows, his name and end of watch etched into each vest, a lasting reminder of a life given in service.
There you go,
Leticia
boy.
Juarez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
And they're fearless. They do whatever we want. We tell them to do. They'll run into fire if you tell them to. You got to really know, and you got to be able to protect your animal, because you know what? Dogs that do anything that we ask them to do, and they're the best. I love animals, and I love dogs especially. I love them so much. I can't even believe. I know you guys are gonna be like, "Come on, Bugatti. All the dog is doing is watching TV." But come on, can you watch and see how intrigued this dog is? I know there's certain dogs that like get into it, but we talking about Christmas, and when you see a face like this one dog right here, he is in love with the Grinch. I'm telling you, when he sees the Grinch, look at these adorable eyes, first of all.
The first thing that she really loved watching was like the Christmas movies with us. You'll see like her eyes widen when something's happening that's exciting, especially Grinch. Or she'll be just like looking around like, is everyone else seeing this? And I always wonder if she's realized what's happening. But as a puppy, she was, in all honesty, like the biggest challenge. We got her when she was like 7 weeks old. And I'm a very experienced dog owner, but Penelope was a challenge for sure.
Penelope.
Only really does stuff that she wants to do when she wants to do it.
Hey, do not do that.
If she doesn't want to do something, she will walk away like, I'm not interested in this. Training her was more of a negotiation.
They got
She's
so
just
much
like very
attitude.
needy. When she wants attention, she's gonna get it from you. But she was so cute, obviously. There's no way to really change that about her personality, so you have to just like adapt around it. One day I just looked at her and she was watching the TV, and it took me by surprise.
I really like to watch them watch TV. It's something
She
about
would watch it when we were watching
that. I
something.
think it's just so adorable.
So then I would just put those things on and get her reaction. She does a lot of super insanely expressive things for an animal to do. I know that she enjoys it because if she doesn't want to do something, she will walk away. She will watch it for a long time, especially if it's something she really likes. We've used it as a tool to kind of give her something to do because she does need a lot of attention. And she's a little bit chiller, maybe 5% calmer. People really love it too. They say how much it cheers them up, which is really cute. We're very grateful to have her in our lives. And it's kind of funny being able to show your dog classic films that you loved as a child, because now I have someone to watch a movie with. It's just another way to spend time together and do.
I think she's more into the movie than the mother is, you guys, because I'm talking about her eyes don't come off. She like this. She's squeezing the toy, biting it. I mean, come on now. That dog is really into TV. But guess what? If y'all trying to make some money, hit that link in the description so you can make up to $300 today off surveys. You guys will make some money off of surveys, and I will make some money too. That's right, you guys. It's Monday, my favorite day of the week, because they got to pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. A lot of people don't like Monday. You guys like the weekend. I got it. But bosses, people that run the show, we love Monday. To us, Monday is our Friday. Sadly, there's going to be a short week because we got a lot of cheaters that's going to try to take that Thursday and Friday weekend to try to extend it. But I love the fact that they made Christmas land this year on a Thursday. So when Friday roll around and y'all still saying Merry Christmas, I'm going to be looking at you like, bah humbug, it was yesterday. What are you talking about? Let me tell you guys one special thing about these holidays that I do love. Brings together family. people that you haven't seen in a long time. Want you guys to enjoy yourself, even if you're celebrating now and up until the end of the week, whatever you're doing to get festive and to remember love, peace, and tranquility and peace among earth, whatever you want to do, peace on earth, family members. If it's helping you out, if it's doing that for you, I'm all for it. That's right, you guys. Also, if you're trying to promote your business, you're trying to get your business out there to get in front of more people, we've got over 60,000 subscribers. So if you want to send your promos to us, we can put it in the post notification area on YouTube. That's right, but you got to send it in a 1080 by 1080 size frame because that is the size that YouTube requires. Not us. It's YouTube. I even tried it myself. I tried to put a regular promo up there, but it did not work. It had to be 1080 by 1080. Even when I put up these, what is this? This is the Show Your Talent search that we've been doing and we're going to stick to doing. And it's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. That's right, you guys. Big Drip Hard Punch sponsors the Show Your Talent search. I'm the host, BOOGOTTINYC, sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. This is the talent search where Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island, and now online, you guys will be able to be a part of this talent search. So wherever you are, when you find out we're doing the talent search, all you got to do is press that go live, let us see your talent, and boom! You could make $250. Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. And yes, now online. After we get 5 people together, we're going to do the finales where all these 5 people come together and we're going to pick the best of the 5. The best of the 5. That's right. One person is going to win that $1,000 mark right there once they win the finals. That's right, you guys. It's the Big Drip Hard Punch Show Your Talent search. Want to be a part of it? Go to the website www.drinkbigdrip.com. Send in, hit the mailing link, send in your email address, and we're going to let you guys know where the locations are and what time to chime in. It's Monday, y'all. Let's get those prayers up for these people going to work and getting out here and got to get it done. We're going to pray for Miss Swanza. We're praying for Audrey, also Mark Dorfman, Rebecca, Lon Yen Bueno, Liberty and Justice, Casey. I also see Jeffrey Spilker up in the building. Who else we got up in the building? We got Dustin for a fantastic, safe, and healthy day. Also, Autumn. Christian. Who else we got? Sam Champion, Teddy. I see you, Randy. I see you, Rebecca Lanyan, Bueno, Sky. Just so you guys know, everyone who sent me out, or matter of fact, hold on a minute. Amen. Great health, good, fantastic day. Amen. And everybody who sent me an email and sent your address in for your Show Your Talent die cut, all you got to do is send me your email address. I'll send you guys your sticker. You can put it anywhere you want, and this is good for Purple Sunday. This way you guys can represent. So yes, I've received your emails already. I've got your addresses. And yes, if you became a member and you've been a member for longer than 2 months, that's right, longer than 2 months, you're going to be able to get your decal. I'll send it right over to you. Send me your mailing address, wherever you wanted to go, job address, a friend's place. If you don't want it to go to you, even though I don't give a damn about your address or whatever like that, but okay. If you guys want your decal, all you got to do is send your address and I will send you your Our Bottom Line decal. That's right, you guys. Already sent the ones out that came, I think, from Sky, Casey, Liberty and Justice, and a bunch of other people. That's my Christmas gift to you guys. And guess what? We're going to be here tomorrow doing the same thing, same time, same channel, same place. Our Bottom Line, #1 show on YouTube when we're on, and nobody can beat that. #1 chat, co-host in the building. And with that being said, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me on Our Bottom Line this Monday, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, 6 o'clock, same time, what we gonna say? Get 'em! Peace. See you guys tomorrow.